and at the front and rear exits. The rest of your skin does not need a detergent, does not participate in body odor. How about the myth that natural or organic ingredients are safer and more effective? I mean, you can't hardly go someplace without seeing it's natural, it's organic. The fact is that most ingredients added to skincare products are processed, or they're modified, or they're somehow chemically synthesized. Therefore, they're really not natural or organic at all. What is natural and organic is poison ivy, oak, and sumac. Arsenic is organic. Hemlock poison, which Socrates took, is natural and organic. The venom of an adder is organic. So organic doesn't necessarily always mean good. How about seeing an ad which says clinically proven? Does that really have any cachet? Is that important? And a lot of people think maybe the Food and Drug Administration has clinically proven this product. Drugs are intensively reviewed, very expensive studies, and are approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Cosmetics are not. Clinically proven, all the person who's advertising it has to say is a few people tried it for a few weeks and were happy. It was clinically proven to be effective. Patients liked it. So there's no science to back that up. That's just a claim. Scientific advances may permit over-the-counter products to deliver the same result as a cosmetic procedure. And the fact is, marketing claims such as a facelift in a jar are just hype. Over-the-counter products deliver only modest results, but there are a lot of good ones, good products. How about a cream that can get rid of cellulite? No cream is ever going to dissolve or remove cellulite from the body. How about the products that are more expensive will deliver more results? And the fact is, an alluring claim and a high price does not guarantee the outcome. This is a buyer beware situation. So if it costs $30 an ounce, it's not necessarily better than something that costs 30 cents an ounce. Myth: I need a different moisturizer for my face. The fact is, most moisturizers work in the same way, wherever on the body they are, and you don't need a separate moisturizer for the face. As a matter of fact, you need a moisturizer on the face less than you need a moisturizer elsewhere. What does a moisturizer really do? Well, it seals the water next to your skin. It keeps it from evaporating off. So if you put water on your face, then you could put anything on there to seal the water next to your skin, because your skin only cares about 3 molecules distance from its outer layer. All the rest of that stuff is like peanut butter. It doesn't make any difference whether it's there or not. It's just that interface where it counts. So avoiding the drying effects of a detergent-containing facial soap reduces the need for a moisturizer, because the detergent-containing facial soap strips away the oil from the skin, which is sealing the water next to your skin. So if you're dry, you need water. If you apply water, then you need to apply whatever you're going to do to the face on top of a wet, moist skin to seal the water next to your skin. Any questions about that? All right, cosmeceuticals. Skincare products are readily available and many are inexpensive. Some have a lot of hype and advertisement, pseudoscience associated with them, and some of these are called cosmeceuticals. This is a $94 billion industry. The term was coined by a dermatologist to explain things that have both a cosmetic and a therapeutic benefit, and their claims are largely unsubstantiated. The idea that natural products offer therapeutic benefits is attractive. Most of these products do have a good safety profile. They would never make it out there if they were causing a lot of damage, so that they have a good safety profile. But most have not been subjected to any scientific study or review. Cosmeceuticals are not regulated. There's no quality assurance. So in reality, cosmeceuticals may be expensive, largely untested, and are often only minimally effective. Well, how about dry skin? That's a fairly common problem, particularly those of us who live in the desert where the relative humidity may be only 3 to 5%. Our bodies are mostly water, so that if they're always going to balance across a membrane the same on both sides, I'm going to be a hot water radiator if I live in Arizona. I am going to shoot water through my skin into that dry environment. So I need to prevent that from happening. And here's a myth, that dry skin causes wrinkles. The fact is that dry skin makes wrinkles seem more pronounced. Myth, drinking water hydrates the skin. The fact is dry skin is the result of a dry environment, and you really can't drink that much water to even up and try to get ahead of it. You're going to dilute your body so much it would be harmful for you. We have a fancy name for dry skin. It's called xerosis, and the cause is low humidity. There's not enough water on the other side of the skin, inside and outside. So you put water there, and then you seal the water next to the skin. So here are patches of dry skin. You can see the little round patches, the scaling that's occurring, the irritation of the skin because it itches. You might be scratching it or rubbing it a little bit. Here it is even crusting and weeping and oozing and getting serum on it. So what do we do about that? Well, we like to use moisturizers. But the important thing about the moisturizer is that it seals the water next to the skin. So after washing the hands, shake away the excess water. If your hands are dry, put the moisturizing cream on over the water. Maybe using a humidifier to increase the amount of humidity in the air in your bedroom or in your home might be helpful for your lungs, but it's pretty hard to get that much humidity into any home that starts at 5%, and it's going to be almost impossible to get it up to 70%. If you live in Florida where it's humid, you don't need this at all. So, what do cosmeceuticals have to do with aging skin? Now, there are two types of aging that affects the skin. The first is that for which we are grateful. We woke up another day, we have another day here, and advancing age is a blessing. If we want aging to occur faster, we can go out and get some sunlight. Many of us got a lot of sunlight before we knew that we weren't supposed to get so much sunlight. So we have photoaging. Advancing age is caused by the passage of time, and it is a biological function. Thinning of the epidermis, overall it's only about 1/5 reduced by about 1/5 of its thickness. The skin pigment begins to become blotchy. It doesn't look so good. And this is the underside of sun-protected epidermis in a 17-year-old woman. Now this is a sort of a high-powered electron micrograph of the underside of the skin. And what you have is the first layer of skin and the second layer of the skin touching each other like this. So there's a lot of surface areas for these two parts of the skin to stay stuck together, and they don't come apart very easily. Over time, without sunlight, this is what happens to the sun-protected epidermis of an older person. So instead of having this much connection, we're down to this. And so if you bump into the door jamb on your way to the bathroom in the middle of the night, the blood vessel breaks, pools blood, and that was what gives us purpura of the skin. It's because we don't have this tongue and groove anymore. We just have two layers loosely attached to one another. So that was purpura that occurs in a bleeding into our skin. We don't like those purple spots on our skin. If aging is occurring, and it's occurring every day naturally, adding sunlight, sun damage over the years and continuing to do that is going to accelerate aging. And the same things happen. Pigment is disturbed, thickness of the skin is disturbed. In addition, the photons of energy from the sunlight pass through the outer layer of the skin. Long wave ultraviolet light comes on down. Those are the same ultraviolet light that's in tanning parlors, comes deeper down into the skin and starts to ding that supporting tissue that allows us to snap back collagen and elastic tissue. So that is contributing to sun damage and aging of the skin. Then we took a picture of this baby because the baby had a mole in the scalp. And later on, that could be excised. There's no rush to do that. That's an elective procedure that is probably appropriate at some time, scalp pulled together, and the scar may not even be visible if they were to go bald in that area. But notice the even tone of the skin, no wrinkles, the same tone all throughout the skin. It takes years to develop skin cancer. Most of us get an early start. These children are more like chameleons than humans. They really can't regulate their own body heat. Their sweat glands aren't online. They're not working well yet. They have only one way to get rid of water, and that's to radiate that by having their blood vessels dilate. And of course, they're getting all kinds of sun damage to their DNA, provoking them to get skin cancer later on. So children should never be outside in abbreviated costumes. They should be fully clothed, protected from the sunlight to protect them from getting skin cancer and malignant melanoma. And this is what happens to those of us who didn't know about this when we were younger. We got lots of sunburns and lots of sun damage, and so we have skin that has brown in some areas and tan in some areas and white in some areas and dark in some areas and light in others and fissured and wrinkled and showing the signs of aging. What can we do about that?
Nick, can you stop a second, because I know you feel so strongly about this. Can you use sunscreens on babies?
When they are about 6 months of age, but before then, it's really best for children to have clothing to protect them from sunlight. Clothing is the best photo protection. Children can go outside, that's fine, but they probably should be completely covered. Excuse me.
We were having lunch at 118 degrees last week, and a mother came in with a baby about 3 months old in a sunsuit and no protection on the head or anything. And, it just, Nick gets crazed over that. He considers that close to child abuse.
Why wait until 6 months?
Well, we don't really know that sunscreen is acceptable to the metabolism of a neonate, a young child. So the pediatricians have given us, pediatric dermatologists say, about 6 months it's probably safe to use. It's been used on children.
What would be the best sunscreen?
I'm going to get on to that. I have a slide for that and can follow up with other questions. So, protection, moisturizing the skin, avoiding smoking will prevent spots and aging skin. So, myth, a bit of sunshine is good for your skin. The fact is, look at your tush. No wrinkles and no sunspots. So, sunshine is not good for your skin. Myth, a base tan is healthy because it protects your skin from damaging sunlight. And the fact is, a suntan is evidence of skin damage. Your skin doesn't tan unless it's damaged. Myth, all sunscreens with an SPF, sun protective factor, of 15 or higher prevent wrinkles. Early days, when the development of sunscreen, the only thing they were trying to measure was shortwave ultraviolet light burning rays, UVB. And so a sun protective factor only describes what it does with UVB. The sun damage rays are UVA, and they go much deeper into the skin. So the fact is SPF measures only UVB, and wrinkling is caused by UVA, so you need a sunscreen that also blocks long-wave ultraviolet light. And so as a consumer, you need to read the label and make sure the label says blocks long and short wave ultraviolet light. Whether it's SPF 15, 30, 60, 75 is relatively immaterial. The biggest problem with people using sunscreens is they don't use enough, or it sweats off, washes off, swims off, and then needs to be reapplied. Myth, Tanning beds are safer than the sun. The people who own the tanning parlors want you to believe this. The fact is, baking in a tanning bed also increases the risk of skin cancer, malignant melanoma, and immune system damage. Now, a little known fact is that your immune system protects you from a lot of bad things. Well, everybody knows that. Your immune system has surveillance. I mean, it's looking for something bad. It's constantly on the lookout for something bad. Maybe you have a cell in your skin that's going in the wrong direction. Maybe going to go down the road and become a skin cancer. Your immune system will knock that cell out, prevent that cell from moving along and becoming something bad for you. If you go to a tanning parlor and you have one treatment with a tanning parlor, you knock out half of your immune surveillance system with just one episode at the tanning parlor. Now, about a week or 10 days it comes back, but in the meantime you're immunosuppressed. So it's better not to do that at all. Indoor tanning. The World Health Organization, the AMA, and the American Academy of Dermatology are against indoor tanning. In 2009, the World Health Organization labeled indoor tanning devices as high-level carcinogens. People who use a tanning bed before their 30th birthday were 75% more likely to develop a malignant melanoma. So why pay money to get cancer when you could get it for free outdoors? Indoor tanning doubles the risk for malignant melanoma. Those who have more than 100 sessions have 2.5 times risk. And what this is really in physics a dose-response curve proving that tanning parlors are carcinogens. So tanning parlors are bad. How do you prevent damage to your skin? You use the sunscreens. Hats and clothing are best. Sunscreens block both long and shortwave ultraviolet